Hello class, this is Tessa Leader here for our final project. My mass media source is Papa John's Pizza. They obviously sell food, pizza, appetizers, desserts, and they work from a platform of social media and commercials. They also use, actually very rarely, coupons, but they do have an email newsletter with promotions and so on. Like I said, the product is primarily pizza that can be made as standard and simple as a customer wants, or as custom and complex as a customer wants. They offer just about everything. So, just like any other, Domino's and Pizza Hut also offers the same thing. As far as the audience goes, I wouldn't really say that there's a specific audience. I would say that it targets families and single people looking for quick, effortless meals. They market a lot on TV during major sports events, and many of you might know that Peyton Manning is a big sports person, a big NFL player that uses that platform to advertise for Papa John's Pizza. So I would think that the audience would include people that like to watch sports, maybe specifically like to watch NFL and know who Peyton Manning is and can appreciate his sponsorship. And I also think that pizza and sports seem to mesh pretty well together, so that kind of makes sense to me. So who owns the product? Papa John's was originally created by John Schneider. He was nicknamed Papa by his friends. He still owns the company through Papa John's Incorporated. He started the company in the broom closet of his father's bar while he was in college, and eventually opened his own restaurant next door to his father's business. He created the company because he noticed that a lot of the national chains delivered pizza directly to a customer's doorstep, while the more local chains, which also had higher quality pizza, did not deliver doorsteps. So he kind of wanted to gap that difference with his own company of creating high quality pizza, local products, and delivering them right to the customer's doorstep. So that was kind of how he manipulated the market into his favor. Just a little bit of background. He worked on pizza places all throughout high school and college, and he actually worked at a pizza place, I believe it was called Rocky Mountain Pizza or something like that, all through college. And so he was learning recipes and figuring out how to best serve customers, and he really enjoyed the customer aspect of it all. So that's kind of where he came up with his idea of creating his own company, making pizza. And then just kind of a fun story was that when he was in college, he had a dorm mate that was a marketing major, and he asked this dorm mate to help him with the logo and marketing scheme. And he promised this dorm mate, apparently, that if the company ever made it big, he'd give this designer, this marketing major, a free pizza for a week for life. And I guess after the company made it big, he said in an interview that he owes this guy, apparently this guy from Boston was all I knew about him, $16,000 worth of free pizza, but he's never been able to track him down. All he knew was that he was from Boston, and he never really knew who he was, other than that he asked him to create this logo. So I thought that was kind of a fun story. And then Papa John's Incorporated, it started really small. It remains relatively small and independent, so it does not currently own any other franchises or companies. But the net worth of the company is $1 billion, and stock currently sells for about $76.54 as of this afternoon on July 23rd. So as far as who creates the product, there's not really a clear answer for that. But I would say that Papa John's has a very unique way of creating pizza and unique ways of guaranteeing quality. They definitely pride themselves on that quality aspect. I mean, you look at the website and the word quality is just about everywhere you can see. So they claim to make fresh hand-tossed dough every day. They use fresh and real ingredients for their sauce. They use cheese that is fresh from local facilities, and they also advertise that their meats are filler-free and organic. They claim that the tomatoes that they use for their sauce are harvested from a farm in California that they've been using from the conception of Papa John's to today, which is about 30 years. So they claim that those tomatoes are harvested directly from the farm and canned in their sauce in under 6 hours. So that's part of their gold standard sauce making. And speaking of gold standard, they have a gold standard for every pizza that is made and every pizza that is delivered. And so they go through this process after every pizza is made of checking for these standards before it is boxed up and delivered. So it has to meet these crust requirements, these sauce requirements, these cheese requirements, and the meat requirements, or else whoever made the pizza has to completely start over and then the company ends up losing money for that. So they definitely make sure that their pizzas are well made and ready to go quickly and efficiently. So based on my research, I found that Papa John's can make one topping large pizza at about $4-ish. But on their website, they sell that pizza, that one topping large pizza, for about $14.24. So they're making pretty good money off of it, but compared to other large companies, $4 to make one pizza seems like a lot. But they claim to be using these high-quality products, so they feel like they can spend more on making the pizza and then charge customers more for that pizza because it's higher quality. Laws that dictate how the product is created, just like most large food companies, they have to abide by FDA laws, and these laws dictate how the pizza is made, how it's packaged, and how it's distributed. And then for the profit that they're bringing in, the profit margin that they reported of March 31st of this year was 6.33%, which seems to be pretty average, maybe a little bit lower than last year's profit margin. And then for job market, according to payscale.com, just a few different careers within Papa John's. The director of operations at Papa John's makes about $77,713 a year, while a general restaurant manager makes about $34,579 a year, and then kind of the lower scale job, which would be like delivery driver. It says that they make about $24,868 a year, which, if you're a college student, sounds like pretty good money. And granted, that's a full-time job, so I'm not quite sure what all that would entail for hours. And then, what's the role of the product in society? I don't really know if they have like a true role in society, but their slogan is better ingredients, better pizza, and so I think they really strive for that high-quality pizza and the best pizza in the world, supposedly. I like that they publicly disclose all ingredients that they use in their pizza. You can go to their website and it'll say like their pepperoni is from so-and-so and how it's distributed, how they season it, how they put it on pizza. That's just one example. They have every single ingredient that they use for their pizza on their website, and so I think it's cool that they disclose that as a big company. I think it'd be easier to use cheap products and not let customers know exactly what they're getting, and I think that they have a really nice business plan of letting their customers know what they're getting and promoting ideas on sustainability and transparency and responsibility. They even have on their website the idea of animal welfare and how they want to use good ethics in how they get their meat and use their meat and what they're giving customers. So I would say that they set a good example of how businesses should be run, and they paint a good picture of the effects of positive principles in successful entrepreneurship. So as I kind of mentioned before, Papa John's is a really cool story of the American dream. I think that it's actually one of my favorite success stories, especially after this research. I didn't know that it started in a broom closet, and I think it's cool that it really does truly embody the American dream. So, I mean, just a little more background, just because I think it's really cool and it was really exciting to learn about this stuff. Just another backstory was that John, he graduated from Ball State, and when he graduated, he came home and learned that his father's bar was in financial trouble, and he made the decision on his own to sell his 1972 Camaro, which he loved that car more than anything. He worked so hard to earn it, and so selling it was a hard thing, but he felt like that was the best thing he could do to help his dad, and so selling the car helped the business a lot. And once his father's bar was more stable, he used the broom closet as the beginning of Papa John's, and he even recalls that they were selling $5 pizzas in the back of the bar while his father was selling 50-cent beers in the front, and it became really, really successful, even more successful than a lot of the national chains at the time. So he quickly franchised, and today there's more than 4,500 franchise locations, but what's also cool is that only 700 of those 4,500 locations are owned by John Snyder himself and his company. So those other companies that he does not directly own are owned directly by people who franchised and the store managers, and they make their own profit and they get to use the franchise name, but they're basically an independent business of their own, which I thought was pretty cool. John has vowed to never settle. He wants to be the best pizza company in the world, and they're currently ranked number 3, but they hope to reach number 1 soon. I think that from this project, I definitely respect Papa John's Pizza more after this research. Their story of sacrifice and commitment and dedication is really inspiring to me, and I think that if more customers knew about this story and about their commitment to creating high quality pizza, I think it would be number one. And I may even choose Papa John's over Domino's now and again, just because I think that they have a great business scheme, and I've learned a lot from this research. So